Hey everybody, this is Bonnie Barker with Bonnie Bay Crochet, and welcome to Friday Fun Live. It's so good to be back. I can't believe it's been 2 whole weeks since we've been together, but things are kind of going crazy here. Let me check one thing. Okay, all right. Um, got a lot going on, not necessarily in the crochet part of my world, but Hannah is probably not going to be with us today. Becky will be with us momentarily as our moderator. If you could just lift up a prayer for Hannah. She is, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail here, but she is taking a loved one to the ER right now. Things are okay, stable, but if you could just please pray. That's kind of something that's weighing heavily upon our family at the moment. There's nothing I can do about it other than be with you all and pray right now, and we will find out, in a little while how things are going. But if you could just please pray for our family, that would be fantastic. Um, totally resting and trusting in the Lord in this situation. Worry is not going to help. And so we're just going to leave it at that. Oh my goodness, Heather, you are so incredibly generous. We're starting off with a $50 donation. And let me go ahead and add that to my list. Give me 1 second. That is so very kind of you. Where is this? Hold on 1 second. All right. Well, that pushes us over. That pushes us over the $100 mark. And I need to let you know, we're going to be donating this month to Show Hope. And I'll see if I can. I don't know if I can double it this month. We have a lot going on with our family right now, but definitely going to be sending $100. Thank you so much, Heather. We're going to be sending it to Show Hope. And if you're not familiar with the organization, you can look it up. I think it's showhope.org. It is a organization that helps people to be able to afford to adopt. Something very near and dear to my heart. In fact, my daughter-in-law, one of my daughter-in-laws is adopted, and she's amazing. It's just fantastic. So anyway, and last night, it just so happened, I wasn't going to lead with this, but last night I added to my t-shirt collection from Stephen Curtis Chapman, but this is what caught my eye. Can you read what's on the back? The love of God will take us far beyond our wildest dreams. I saw that motto, and even though I know I have plenty of t-shirts, I'm gonna look forward to wearing this. I just love the motto. And my husband surprised me. I didn't know he was gonna do this. He does things like this sometimes and doesn't tell me to make it a surprise, but he got the VIP experience. So we got to actually meet Stephen Curtis Chapman last night, which was wonderful. He's just a wonderful guy, loves the Lord, and he's just a normal person like you and me, but just has incredible musical abilities. And his family has suffered a lot as well. And I think that has only made them stronger and has really verified their incredible witness to the world. So anyway, loved going. It was a Christmas program that he sang for, and it was just delightful, very worshipful, very good. So anyway, let me go ahead and jump in and say hey to you all. I can't believe it's been 2 weeks. Angie, good morning. Thanks for being the first one in the chat today, and love to craft, waving right back at you. And Wanda, goodness gracious, all those letters before and after your husband's name. I figured that must have been you. The DMIN, I guess Doctor of Ministry, Reverend Norman H. Gordon. Wow, what an impressive name. And yeah, using your husband's computer, that's so funny. You are such a big part of this day on Friday. And Stephanie, so glad to have you. And Alana, and she asked the question, getting ready for Christmas? Oh, we're trying. We're trying. Getting I'm attempting to start my Christmas shopping. I do have several things for the kids. I've told my whole family this year we're going extremely light. So be prepared for a light Christmas. We have a wedding coming up with one of our children in February, and another child is relocating. And within within like a 2-month period, all this stuff is going to happen. And now looks like we're going to have somebody possibly hospitalized. So I'm just like, okay, Christmas is going to be about the main thing, which is the Lord. And um, the gifts may happen, but they're going to be very, very light. But I do love doing that. Excuse me. That's an early Christmas gift from one of my grandsons. So loved, loved, loved being with this little guy, one of the little guys who was coughing and sick. And of course, I was wiping that nose faithfully and trying to wash my hands, but breathing the same air. I knew things were not going to, I was not going to escape unscathed. But it's getting better. But yeah, but thank you, Alana. Yeah, Christmas, we are getting ready. Trying to decide if I'm going to put up the Christmas tree. I was going to put it up, but then I'm thinking if I'm going to have to travel this weekend, I may just skip it for this year again. But not sure what to do. Anyway, Sandra, good morning to you. She says she's joining us from a nice and sunny Southern California day. Well, enjoy it there, Sandra. It is a windy, well, I guess the wind has slacked off a little bit, but it was pretty windy the last couple days here, and we're at about 34 degrees here in Maryland. And let's see, had some snow flurries this morning too. Not enough to do anything, not enough to get out any of the snow shovels or anything like that. But it's kind of cool when you get a snow shower first time of the year. It's so beautiful. And Jacqueline, good morning to you. She says, finally able to take a break and join the live from a chilly morning in Los Angeles. Ugh. All right. Look, get out your sweaters, guys and gals. Hey, Virginia. Thanks for joining us from, is it Moncton, NB, Canada? Wow. I guess that's New Brunswick. I'm guessing. And Deborah, welcome. She says, hi, everyone. Good morning from Southwest Louisiana. Haven't been here for a while. Glad to be able to catch up today. Well, we're so glad that you're here, Deborah. Um, and Sandra, I mean, Jacqueline says, yes, Sandra, a chilly and sunny morning. Yeah, those are deceptive mornings. We get those sometimes here in Maryland. The sun is shining, the sky is blue, it looks gorgeous outside. Then you step outside, then you realize, oh, yeah, it's 19 degrees out, and I'm going to die if I don't go back in and dress a little better than this. So, yeah, you can't always go with your eyes. You have to go with the temperature. Crazy, crazy. And Ekstrom, good morning to you. And Kim W. and Ola Joe, the crocheting sailor. So glad that you can join us. I so love looking at your post when they come into my feed. And Jacqueline, good to have you with us. And Jet One In, so glad to see you too. And Ola Joe says, can't stay, gave you a thumbs up and can watch another time. I pray all goes well. Thank you so much. And yeah, if you guys can give the thumbs up if you want to. I don't like to pressure people into doing anything, but yeah, hope things, if you can hit that thumbs up. And again, that would be great. It just lets the algorithm know that people are here and we're real. Oh, thank you, Jet One. And she says, I look forward to your live every Friday. Well, thank you so much. I'm so glad you could be here. Still got you on the prayer list, my friend, just to let you know, praying for family relations and all that stuff. And Carol, jingle all the way. I like that. Good morning, Bonnie and Hannah, sending prayers. Thank you so much, Carol. I like that, jingle all the way. All right, and I just got a bunch of things load. Okay. Okay, where did we go? Oh, hold on a second. Okay, here we go. And Linda Story, hello to you. And Heather, thank you so much again for your generosity. Just to let you know, if you could, Heather, if you could send me an email, bonniebay@me.com, I would love to thank you for your kindness to our channel. Um, I just don't have any way of getting that information from Google or from YouTube, just to let you know. But I would love to, send you a thank you note or something. If you could email me, bonniebay@me.com, I would love to be able to do that. Just to be able to say thanks because you've been so generous. And oh, thank you, Ola Joshi says, thank you for sharing the pics on Facebook. Looked like you had a wonderful time. Yes, yes, we did. We had a wonderful time last night and actually got home at a decent hour, which was kind of nice. It was an early starting at 7 and we were on our way home by 9:30, quarter to 10. So that was good. Um, and Ola Jo says hello and happy holidays to all. Thank you. And Red Hook says, good morning to good afternoon, everyone. Prayers for your family and everyone who needs it. Thank you so much. We all appreciate that. Thank you, Ola Joe likes the shirt. Um, thank you, Wanda. Uh, yeah, and oh, sorry, Kelly, you had another problem there. A friend next door neighborhood passed away yesterday. I'm so sorry to hear about that, sweetheart. I hope things go well. Hope you're able to be a comfort to those who are, family members and all. And Barbara, so good to see you in the chat. Said, good morning, Bonnie. 40 degrees Fahrenheit and melting here. My elf workshop going strong till the 15th. That's so sweet. I just love the way you make all those great things for others, Barbara. She stays so busy thinking of others, as do so many of you crocheters. Pardon me again. So everybody, let's go join Barbara. It seems like it's warmer at her house than it is here today. That's kind of weird that uh, Alaska is slightly warmer than we are, but we know how those systems travel. It'll probably um, be here in no time. And thank you, Ola Joe, for caring for Kelly and Donna. Just thank you for your comment there. So glad to have you here from Ohio. And Karen, welcome, and Amy, and let's see, Tammy. So glad to have you. And let's see. Yeah, and Becky. See, oh, we got Hannah. Okay, thank you, Hannah, for being in the chat. Let me see. I'm gonna have to try to balance this. We got Becky and Hannah, so I'm gonna have to somehow uh, jostle between both of your incoming chats. Okay. Um, so yeah. So hopefully I'll hear the ding come in if you guys text me something here. I can only see one at a time. All right. Or can I? Can I do that? No, I can't do that again. All right. Where did my cursor go? There it goes. And let's see. Thank you, Beth. Beth says, Happy St. Nicholas Day, Bonnie and Hannah. Thank you. I've never heard it called that day. That's kind of funny. All right. So that must be Hannah texting me. Let's see. Okay. Great, Hannah. Thanks for the update. So Hannah is actually moderating from the ER. I mean, how dedicated is that? And I told her, just to let you all know, I said, this is so low priority compared to what you're doing, but seems everybody is doing fine and for now and chatting. That's good. Oh, okay. Thank you, Becky. So it is St. Nicholas Day. See, I didn't know that there was even a day on the calendar. Thank you for telling us that. Becky is confirming all this behind the scenes. Thank you so much, Beth. I thought you were just coming up with another way of saying Merry Christmas, but it's actually St. Nicholas Day, which is kind of cool now that I think about it because St. Nick was a real fella, a real man who was extremely generous to people, especially people who were in need. Learn something every day from you guys. Thank you so much. Thanks for filling me in, Becky. Um, and Hannah's filling us in saying, hello, we are waiting for a room at the hospital. Grandma's in good spirits since there's a friend of hers who is also here. And Felicia, good morning to you, sis. So glad to have you in the chat. And thank you, Jacqueline, for your prayers. We anyway, she's in good spirits. Basically had a fall a few days ago, and we're just going to see what the results were from that. But anyway, I won't say too much more because I probably shouldn't. Um, and thank you all for your prayers so much. Yeah, and Ola Joe saying, pace yourself and sending warm hugs. That is so kind, Ola Joe. I appreciate that. All right, well, let me just tell you a little bit. Let's see. Uh, okay. Thank you, Ola Joe, who's just telling Hannah not to respond because she knows she's busy. I think honestly, I think moderating right now for Hannah is probably a good thing because it keeps you busy, keeps you distracted. Um, and as you know, when you're sitting and waiting in a doctor's office or wherever, that's why we always bring our crochet, right? Because there's not a whole lot going on. And Linda, thank you for taking care of Kelly and for praying for her. That is so sweet of you. Oh wow! And Jet One in says we have an inversion. I guess the temperature inversion here in Boise, Idaho, right now. Yeah, these things are kind of cool. You know the way the weather works sometimes. Downright cold sometimes too. Um, okay. Jet One in. There are links in the video description, and I'm pretty sure my Facebook page is listed there. But anyway, I wanted to just also just hope you all had a good Thanksgiving. Was thinking of you guys. We're very busy chasing around one of my little grandsons. We're only getting one at a time for this holiday season. We'll have one, which is my son's son, for with Thanksgiving family, and then we're going to have Becky's son, which is our grandson, you know, joining us for Christmas. But had a fun time flying down there. Had a good flight. It was a I'm trying to think, was it a good flight? No, it wasn't a good flight. I think I told you about it last week. It was a bumpy flight. We flew through storms coming back or around. I don't know. I just know that I never saw anything out the window once we took off. It was just clouds and then it turned darker and it got bumpy. But we landed safely, so I was thankful for that. When we drove from Georgia to South Carolina, we stopped at Bucky's. We drove on Thanksgiving Day, and I have to show you my hat. You saw it on the thumbnail, but isn't this a fun hat? And again, that's not bragging on my cuteness or anything, which is questionable. But just I just love the thing about too cute to wear an ugly sweater. And I just think every crocheter and maybe every crocheter and knitter who makes sweaters should probably have a hat like this because you know we like wearing nice sweaters, right, guys? But it's just a fun little joke, and I can add this to my hat collection in my Miata trunk, which I have. Pretty soon I'm going to have to scale it back so I have room for groceries and stuff in there. But I like to just put on a fun hat when I'm driving. Of course, I won't be doing that with the top down anytime soon on the car with 20-degree, 30-degree weather. But when I travel, you never know. Weather can always warm up when I go south. And there's always the spring. Okay. Let's see. I also wanted to mention to you, I do have some links in the video description below. I've added the links to two Christmas tree skirts. Only one of them is on the public channel, on the Bonnie Bay Crochet channel. That would be the braided cable Christmas tree skirt, which is probably the easiest and the fastest to work because you're using double stranded two strings at once as you crochet this up, and it crochets up nice and thick and quickly. The other one is my Aran cabled tree skirt. There's a link for that. That's the one that was done in the Aran or the off-white color. It's a little more complicated. It's definitely an intermediate to an advanced design, but I do have the link for the pattern also in the video description. If you're a watch member, that's watch.bonniebaycrochet.com member. There's a link in the video description. That's already available on that channel, and the pattern is complimentary, so you can check that out. It's a little, in my opinion, a little bit late to be starting on this. It took me a good while to do the Aran cabled tree skirt. But if you want to do it for next year, or if you're really fast and you don't sleep much, you could probably crank it out. But anyway, and for those of you who are looking for a special gift, I don't like to push this hard because I know this isn't cheap, but for was it $79.50 for a year, you can become a member of the Watch channel. Actually, yeah, that's right. That's correct. Or you can join for $7.95 a month, which is probably less than what people spend on their drive-through in one trip to Starbucks. I know it's less than what my kids spend. I'm not a coffee drinker, so I, that's not my thing. But I have other things, yarn stores that I make up for it. But anyway, if you are looking for a special gift, or people always say, "What can I get you for Christmas?" and they really want to bless you, tell them, "Hey, I want a gift subscription to the Watch channel," and just sign you up. It's a gift that keeps giving all year long. Every time I upload new designs, you will get those complimentary. And there are already more than 100 designs where you can download the PDF on this channel already. Now, these are designs that are behind a paywall. This is not like the freebie stuff where everything is super simple and everybody's done it before. These are designs that regularly sell anywhere from, 3 to $10 in my Lovecrafts online stores, my Lovecrafts and on my Etsy store. So I mean, this is, I think, a value, and you also can participate in monthly Zoom classes, as well as there are classes that are already recorded and on there, designing classes. And you can also watch some of the former classes that were taught on Zoom, and there's some behind the scenes videos as well. So I think there's a lot there to keep you busy for a while. So if that's something that you're looking for, tell your friends, tell your family, or if you know of a crocheter who would be interested in maybe taking their crochet skills to the next level, that's something they can consider. Even for a beginner, I do have a lot of beginner things on there as well. And as you know, if you're a beginner and you pick up on it quickly and you just want to learn more and do the next thing, you can quickly go from a beginner to an intermediate crocheter. It doesn't have to take years for that to happen. I think just good instruction and a little bit of practice and getting those stitches even, you can become, from a beginner to an intermediate or even an advanced crocheter very quickly. I know many people have done that. Pardon me again. So let me go ahead and get back to you guys. All right. So thank you, Kelly. Just also just praying for others. And Linda wants to know, where in Maryland do I live? I used to live in Randallstown, now in Rome, New York. Yeah, we're in Gaithersburg. So we're in Gaithersburg, Maryland. Have been here for many years. Get a little drink. Um, oh, thank you, Jet One. Oh, yeah, my pleasure to pray for you all, because I know you pray for me sometimes, and I just love returning the favor. Um, and again, just trusting the Lord through the holidays. Just show lots. You know what to do. Show lots of grace, even if grace is not being shown to you. I mean, I think that's just the way to get through life and to get through. Just we know we're not. I don't want to get off on this too much, but we're not going to please everybody, especially when it comes to extended family. I know that well. It's been a thing in my life as well. I won't get into it. There's no reason to, but yeah, but it's been a way for me to grow and just to recognize that, it really doesn't matter if people don't approve of what you are or who you are, what you do. It really doesn't matter. I mean, if you've got peace here in your heart, from the Lord, especially, you're good. We've got all that we need. We don't need anybody else to check the box on us. And yeah, and that's something I have to preach to myself regularly too. Try to do what you can, try to, to love people, but you can't make them. You can't change who they are, but you can pray to somebody who can change who they are, and that's what I try to do, and just just also recognize that I need just as much grace as the next person, if not more. Um, and but by His grace, I would not want to be around myself. That's for sure. So yeah, it's all about Him. And Virginia, she says, yes, that is New Brunswick. Okay, the NB. I guessed right. Yay. Says Friday seems to be a crazy day for me at times. I watch you, but as it has been recorded, finally I'm able to join here. Yay. Well, I'm so glad that you can, Virginia. I would love to get up to your neck of the woods sometime. I know it can be so beautiful up in Canada. Also pretty cold this time of the year. Was so glad I was able to cross over, even though it's just a teeny weeny bit across the border this past year for our anniversary, celebrating 36 years, and we were able to go to Niagara Falls and walk over the Rainbow Bridge and walk into Canada. That was quite an experience. And Linda wants to know, did I crochet the blanket behind me? Yes, yes, I did, Linda. This is the Bonnie's Christmas cabled throw. Okay. I would open it up all the way, but it's pretty much, it just repeats the same motif across. But yes, this is up on YouTube. It's up in my Lovecraft store and in the Watch channel, on the Watch channel. And but one thing, let me say this about this. People may say, oh, darn, I'm not going to have it done for Christmas. It doesn't have to be just a Christmas throw. You can make this in any color and keep it in your living room all year round. In fact, I think having a pop of red somewhere in your house is just a designer thing to do, because red is just such a great color. I'm not saying paint everything red like I did upstairs in my house. In my bedroom, actually, I do have a red accent wall and I love it. But beyond that, even if you have a lot of neutrals, having something red in the room really pops. And so you don't just have to use this for Christmas. It can be all year round, and got lots and lots of throws that you can choose from. But I'm thinking this would look really nice in a white as well. But the white or the off-white colors are just great for cable designs because they just really accentuate the cables even more so. All right, let me check over here to see if okay. I just want to make sure there haven't been any new texts that have come in. Great. Mm. All right. We have Sabrina. I'm sorry, Sabina. Sorry. I put the R in. Sabina says, hi, Bonnie. Hope you and your family are well. I put up my Christmas garland today, and now the room is full of twinkling white lights. Yay. It's feeling icy here in Germany. Oh, boy. Do be careful. Don't go out driving if it's icy, if you can help it. I would rather drive. And those of you who know snow know what I'm talking. I would rather drive in 3 feet of snow than to drive in half an inch of ice any day, because I can get somewhere in snow. Ice, forget it. Ice is like a skating rink before a car, and I don't care how knobby your tires are. It's not a good idea. But do be careful, Sabina. Um, I need to get some lights out. I need to put some outside lights up. I may just do that after the live here. If I can haul them up from the basement by myself, I at least want to get that up before if I have to go out of town. Um, all right. Yeah, Becky's joining us here. I know you posted that while ago, Becky, but she's dealing with a sick toddler today. That can be fun. He's a cute sick toddler, though. Hey, Margita, so glad to have you here. And Jesus Joy 7, thank you for being with us. I pray everyone is well and had a great Thanksgiving. Yes, yes. We're working through some things, Jesus Joy, as we talked about earlier. But yes, a wonderful Thanksgiving. Hannah did a lot of the cooking for well, we have like 9 or 10 people. So thank you, Hannah. She knocked it out of the park and did a fantastic job, helping grandma and doing a lot of the cooking for us. I was on the road during Thanksgiving, so I was not able to do much. Someone's asking which sweater I'm wearing. This is the Celtic braided sweater, and you can make this as a winter with long sleeves, like I'm wearing, or if you want, you can make this. Let's see, like just stop it here for a summer sweater. Make it out of cotton. Do I have the yarn? Let me show you a good yarn. Okay. Okay. For cotton, like if you want to make a summer sweater, this stuff is fantastic. Bamboo Pop Sock by Universal Yarns. It's cotton, but look at this. It's it has a little bit of something called PBT in it, which gives it a bit of a stretch. Not a lot. It's not like a rubber band stretch, but it's just enough. Let's see. Just just enough so that when you put it on, it shapes to you. So instead of putting a sweater on and, looking like a man's t-shirt, it looks, instead of Gilligan, it looks like Ginger. If you remember Gilligan's Island, that was something I remember so funny. Anyway, so the bamboo pop sock works really well, doing it short sleeves. And bamboo pop sock also has these really colorful things. You can make the yoke very colorful, and then you can, make the bodice part, a solid or in reverse. So there's so many different things you can do. But this is again Celtic braided sweater. And yes, the video is on this channel, and information for the pattern is in the video description. If you're ever looking for one of my patterns now and you don't know where the link is, you can always go to my website. I don't point people there as much as I probably should. So bonniebay.com or bonniebaycrochet.com. Both of those addresses will get you to my website. And then you click on patterns and you can scroll through the patterns to see which pattern you're looking for. When you click on that, then that'll take you to where you can purchase the pattern. And all my patterns, as you well know, include complete video tutorials for both right and left-handed crocheters. I just don't want anybody to be left out or confused with any of these stitches. So thank you for telling me that, Becky. Let me make, okay, I'm getting another ding, so that must be coming from Hannah. Okay, thank you, Hannah. And again, the name of the red Afghan, Bonnie's Christmas Cable Throw. Hannah wanted me to repeat that for you all. Okay. Now, if you are the kind of crocheter that likes to crochet a Christmas throw during the Christmas season, which I think is a really cool idea, look through my list on my homepage here on YouTube. You can look through playlist and look for the Erin Celtic or the Texturized Throws list. And there are many, I don't even know the exact number, many of videos with different cabled throws for Christmas. There is I can't even remember the name of them, but you can look through it. If you see a red throw, that's a Christmas throw. And the two that I did for Red Heart Yarns many years ago, one's called the Divine Textured Throw. Not my title, their title, but that one is also a downloadable free pattern. It used to be with Red Heart. I guess now it's Yarn Inspirations, since they purchased Red Heart Yarns many years ago. And there's also another one, Holiday Cabled Throw. They may have renamed it, but that's my pattern from many years ago, from back in 2012, I believe. And that pattern is also free. If you have any trouble finding them, just contact me, bonniebay@me.com. But all the information for the patterns will be in the video descriptions. Okay. Or you can, again, check my website and look through, see which design that you're looking for. And that would also take you to where you can purchase that. Mm. All right. Um, Archer and Ace, so good to see you, Terry. In the chat, I'm thinking of you all in Cleveland. I love the cold weather, but hate the dryness. Yeah, I think that's what I'm getting as well. Praying for everyone in need, working on the cables for my guy's scarf for Father Paul. Oh, how sweet of you to do that. So sweet. That's the one thing I wish my husband had told me we were going to go meet Stephen Curtis Chapman, because I would have brought something for him and his wife. I would have probably brought him an Afghan or something. But um, yeah, it's just so much fun to give to the people who have put into our lives. And I feel like Stephen Curtis and his family, that I just feel like I've benefited so much over the years spiritually from his music. And I would love to have just given back a little bit. But anyway, that is so cool that you get to do that for your priest, Terry. And Felicia, thank you for praying for Kelly. And let's see. And Archer says, wow, December 6th is always St. Nicholas. Okay. We used to have him visit us at school today, and we sang and got lovely bags of candy and peanuts. Oh, what fun. See, I didn't grow up with that tradition, so I didn't even know about that. Thanks for letting us know. And Hannah says it's also Candle Day at Bath and Body Works. Oh boy. I'm waiting for their after Christmas clearance special, because I like to get the stuff they put on clearance that nobody else wants. I'm going to give you a secret. This is so off the topic of crochet. Um, but I like to use their kind of like their unpopular things that they can't sell the body lotion anymore, because it goes on sale for like $2 or $3 instead of 18. And it's just great for putting on your feet. I mean, that sounds really weird. And Becky, you can go ahead and laugh at me, but I found that that's just really, really helpful for calluses and things. And it just has become part of my routine now. So I'm always looking for their discounted body lotion for that reason. Anyway. And Sabina says, yes, it's Nicholas Day on the 6th of December. A little chocolate is put in a shoe of those who've been good, and holly for those who've been naughty. Oh dear, maybe I should check my shoes over there. Very cool. And Heather says it is Candle Day, and says at the other store, and says I was there earlier and it was crazy. Yeah, no thanks. Yeah, and then Jesus Joy 7 says, Jesus is the reason for the season for giving, praying for grandma for complete, revive, renew, and restore. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. He's in her hand. She is in his hands. So that's all we need. He's got her. So that gives great peace. We just do the next thing. That's what we're just waiting on. And Hannah says they took her back for an X-ray, and so Hannah's just waiting by herself. So we'll see if we hear anything. I will, if I can, I can let you all know. But I may just wait on that. Thank you again, Heather, for praying. And Kelly says her sister's birthday is coming up on Tuesday. How much fun is that? And thank you for your prayers, Jesus Joy 7, praying, um, yeah, for Heather. And hey, Lori, she says, hi, y'all from Mississippi. Well, welcome, Lori. That reminds me of the one joke I know about Mississippi. Can you spell Mississippi with one I? And, Mississippi. I know that was really bad. Oh, don't worry. I'm going to stick to my day job. Welcome, Lori. And Sheila Dale says it was that way in Dallas, Fort Worth. Looked warm at least for the season, but oh, when I opened the door, oh yeah, don't look at that beautiful blue sky. Look at the thermometer. I keep a thermometer hanging outside my door on the porch. So I don't even look at my phone for the temperature. I look at what is it outside at my house, and I'm looking at it now. It's still below 40, so it's still in the 30s outside. And hey, Nessa, so glad you could join us. Oh, thank you, Jet One. And she says the Watch Channel is such an amazing value. Truly, thank you. I love hearing that, because I don't yeah, I and also I forgot to mention that channel is free of advertisement, spam. Um, if you contact us, we're not going to be forever uh, in your texting or any of that, bugging you all the time. I ordered a couple of shirts, a couple of really cool sweatshirts, one for me and one for my sister, because I thought it was so wonderful. I wanted it, and I thought she's going to want one too. So that's her Christmas present. Hopefully, hopefully she's not listening. But anyway, so I ordered these shirts, and lo and behold, I get communication from this company like 5 times a day now, and I get text messages and email, and I've had to put it in my spam folder, and I'm like, "Come on, people." I mean, that's just a little crazy, so I'll have to go on and, change my settings. So, just to say, we don't do that at the Watch channel, okay? I do send out an email letting you know when new designs have been added to the channel, but that's pretty much it. It's not anything beyond that, or letting you know there's a class you can join on Zoom. It's just letting you know of upcoming events. It's not trying to sell you something additional. So thank you, Jet One, in for your kind comment there. And Linda, let me know if she was asking, I guess, like, about the link for the sweater. I think that's the one that Hannah was referring to. If you have trouble finding it, let me know. But it is on the homepage. It is on this channel. You may have to put Celtic braided sweater into the little search bar, and it should pop right up for you. Um, Terry, she said, you kicked me in the bottom to get off the easy patterns and move on to challenging myself. I hope that's going okay, because I know sometimes that that learning curve can feel like climbing Mount Everest, but once you understand how to climb it, it's easy. But yeah, I'm glad. I hope you're enjoying. I hope that's a positive comment, Terry. I so appreciate you, coming to my classes in Pittsburgh and just supporting me in that way. You've been such a good friend. You and Beth as well. Um, and Lori says, I am just doing a no brain project right now, an infinity scarf to go with my new coat. Just cold all the time since weight loss. Just missed stitch. Okay. Yeah, I know what you mean about the weight loss too. When I was a little lower, I need to get back on that bandwagon again. Um, maybe, I don't know. But when I had lost a lot of weight during COVID, not because of COVID, but because, you know, it was just easier because I wasn't cooking for my guys and I wasn't fixing carbohydrates, so it was easy. I did get a lot colder that year. I remember that. So I kind of like not being so cold. But if you are looking for a mindless project, here's one. This is on the channel already, and the Bloom, easy, fast and easy blanket. It's very easy. It's just wattle stitch all the way across, and I'm using yarn. It's called Bloom by Premier Yarns, and this is a DK weight yarn, but you can make this in any yarn that you have in your stash. Just match the hook to the yarn that you use. In fact, if you use a thicker yarn, it's going to go a lot faster. And you can make this wider or narrower by changing the original starting chain to either adding multiples of 6 to that chain or subtracting multiples of 6 from that chain. So and that's, again, if you're looking for something mindless, this is definitely the way to go. If you're looking for a little bit of a challenge, you can try the jumbo braided scarf. This works up really fast. If you don't have this really thick yarn, you could like maybe double two worsted weight strands and try that together. And it's a fun little, kind of a wrap scarf. You can do all sorts of things with it. This yarn that I used, though, was so soft. And I love the color change. Ugh, let me see if I can get it. It's misbehaving. But I love just the gradual, color change on this. And it's one of those one Hank or one Skein Wonder kind of a thing. But once you understand the stitch, it works up pretty quickly. Understanding the stitch might be a little bit tricky. It's not for your first time ever cable work. This is for those who've probably done cables before and can understand my cable theory behind it. Okay, thank you, Hannah. Okay, so they're sending them home, so I'm guessing that's good news. So yeah, Hannah's going to be heading home from the hospital. So Becky is back to being solo moderator here. So thank you for letting us know that, Hannah. And DL Crisp says, um, oh, thank you, Linda. Said you made the sweater pattern that I'm wearing as a fun project. Oh, good. Thank you for the input there. And also about this particular project, it's in the round, so there is no sewing involved. It's you start out below here with the braid, and you're just going around, and you're turning at the end of the rounds. But and the turning chain is in the back. You don't see that. Even if you saw it, you probably wouldn't recognize it. But it's done in the round, and then when you come change, you just make extra chains for where the arm is going to be underneath. And then when you do the sleeves, you just kind of go around and around and around, or actually around and around. You're turning at the end of each round. And the bodice part is just, again, just in the round. There's no, the only sewing that you have to do is connecting. No, there is no sewing. There is no sewing because that's even crocheted. So the arm is crocheted on. There is no sewing on this whatsoever. I had to think about that for a minute because I do it can do it both ways. Um, thank you for your comment, Felicia, and Denise. Thank you for your encouragement there. Um, all right, and yeah, thank you for encouraging Hannah. Lori says like, "Yay, Hannah!" And Becky, thanks for putting that link in there. Um, and Kelly says, I'm crocheting a winter beanie and I will send you a picture of it when it's done. Well, thank you, Kelly. I would love to see it. And again, thank you guys for sending in your pictures of the things that you do. You're the best social media that I have. It's just proof that these are possible to be made by other people other than the designer. Um, that's good news for a lot of other people because I know a lot of the stuff can look kind of hard and people think, oh, well, I could never do that. Well, yeah, you can. It may take a little work and a little brain power, but you can do it. If I can do it, you guys can do it. All right. And Sheila says an off-white for the sweater bodice, then a red for cuffs and neckline would be fabulous for the holidays. Pair with off-white slacks for warm but festive clothing. Oh, that does sound like fun. That does sound delightful, Sheila. Um, and Cynthia is joining us from a cold and snowy Michigan. Oh boy, I wonder if that snow is headed our way, Cynthia. Um, and Virginia says we have an Airbnb attached to our home. If you ever do come this way, just reserve to stay with us. Book through Airbnb. We're under Mountain View. Wow, that sounds pretty cool. I guess you're the one up in New Brunswick, right, Virginia? Excuse me again. Not sure that I'll remember that, but that sounds like a great offer. If you could email me, that would be great because that would be an easier way for me to remember. Because I really don't have any way of getting information from your accounts, which is a good thing for you. It's a good thing for all of us. But that would be fun to have that, kind of in a in a possibility list. Because my husband and I do hit the road every so often. And thank you, Denise, for your prayers for Grandma Barker. Um, and welcome. Becky, were you able to translate the comment? Well, let me see if I can do this. Uh, well, I'm gonna have to just skip. Okay. But is it Elfried? Welcome. I'm so glad that you're here. And Freaky Geek, good day to you. She says you play an instrument or two. Would love to see you on the bandwagon again. Ha 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 ha. Well, if I'm still in town Sunday, you can come visit us at our church, and I'm supposed to be playing then, but we'll see if I, as long as I don't have to go down south. But yeah, it's a lot of fun to play. And Gretchen Smith, welcome. Says first time posting. Thanks for being so calm and supportive on your tutorials. Thank you, Gretchen. That's the only way I know how to be. But I'm so glad that you're enjoying them and that these are working for you. And thank you for joining us during the live. And Donna, because I'm very thankful that the Holy Spirit put my precious husband in my life. We have just celebrated our 56th wedding anniversary. I'm praying for Grandma. Thank you so much. But Donna, congratulations. 56 years. Wow, you got 20 years on me. Boy, I feel like a newlywed. That's amazing. So y'all were married when you were 5, right? Just kidding. That is amazing. That's a testimony to God's faithfulness for sure. Yes, Denise says certainly good news to be going home. Yes. Freaky Geek says the crochet is the sewing. Yeah. If I can avoid sewing with crochet designs, I do it. And I love just doing in the round sweaters in the round. I think are the way to go. I do like the sweater behind me. I did make that in panels because that's just works better for a cardigan and for vest since it's not all together. And you need to have the opening and all, but yeah, if I can avoid having to sew things together, I do. I'm so glad you get to take your sister out, Kelly. That is so kind of you. And Donna says, yeah, thankful grandma's going home. Yes, me too, Donna. Don't hurt your hands hitting the road. Thank you, Freaky Geek. And Santa Monica says, hi, Bonnie. Well, so cool to catch you live. I have made so many of your recipes. Much love from Denmark. Oh, thank you, Santa Monica. I appreciate that. Speaking of recipes, I know she meant patterns, but I do have a recipe. You know about this probably already, but if you're looking for a quick and super easy stove top recipe for peanut butter fudge, of course, if you're allergic to peanuts and peanut butter, forget it. It's not for you. But if you're not allergic to peanuts and peanut butter, my peanut butter fudge recipe is one that I got from a friend in college, and I did tweak it a little bit. So I guess I could almost call it mine, but like these recipes, they all are handed down from other places. So I want to give credit where credit is due. A friend of mine named Martha got it from her late mom, and it's just a great recipe. It's uses 1 box or 1 pound of confectioner sugar, 1 cup of peanut butter, a few tablespoons of cocoa, a couple teaspoons of vanilla, and 1 stick of butter. And that's it. And I can show you how to do it. I have a video on my channel. Just look for peanut butter fudge in the search bar, and that should come up. I'll have to put that in my newsletter. And if you guys are not on my newsletter, check it out. You can go to my website, bonniebay.com or bonniebaycrochet.com. And on that first home page, if you scroll down or scroll up or whatever, get to the bottom of the page, and it'll show you how you can sign. You just have to sign up for the newsletter. And it's free. I send it out a couple times a month. Sometimes I'm more active than others. It's not a spam bot. It's me sending it out. And I kind of, put different things in there. And I'm definitely going to include that recipe for you all the next time I send out that letter. So go ahead and check that out. And I just have to say, it sets in the refrigerator very well. And it's so easy to make, and everybody loves it. It's easy to do. It's a win-win. And thank you, Kelly, for your prayers. And Jesus Joy Sevens congratulating uh, Donna. Yeah, isn't that wonderful? 56 years. That's amazing. And Phil, I hope you're doing well, Phil. Been thinking about you a lot. Was even talking to my husband about you. Just we were driving again on the road for 9 hours, coming back from South Carolina. By the way, they opened the express lanes going north on 95 once you get into the Virginia area, outside of Washington D.C., which really helped us get home a lot. Because what usually happens is we'll make really great time, and then about we'll get outside of Fredericksburg, Virginia, which is, maybe 2.5 hours away from home, or it should be. And then we end up taking 5 hours to go from there and everything. But somebody decided to open up the express lanes, and we got home in only 9 hours from South Carolina to where we live in Maryland. So we were really, really happy about that. But Phil, we're thinking about you, just continuing to pray for you and your family, and hoping things went well with your mom's funeral and everything. So I know that's a lot with the holiday season upon us. I know it's really hard for some folks. And Freaky Geek says, "Gotta run. Have a great rest of your day and an amazing weekend, all." Thank you so much, Freaky Geek. Um, Oh, thank you, Jesus Joy 7. She says, "The fudge is fantastic. Made it last year for Christmas." Great. Excellent. Um, and Kelly Hart's talking about recipes. I think she might have meant patterns. It might have been the way the word was translated. Um, but I do have the peanut butter recipe on there. Phil says, "Back on the road again in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Funeral was okay." I know that's hard. Um, yeah, that is just hard, because it's never over. Once the funeral's done, you're still processing everything. I know, and that goes on for years. Just to let you know. Hey, Brenda, good to have you. Um, by the way, Brenda, my sister, don't listen to the earlier part of the video, okay? That you're not allowed to, because I said more than I should have. Um, okay, so unless you want to know what you're getting for Christmas, don't listen to the first part of the video, okay? All right. Well, I wanted to read you all a little something. And here is another great gift idea. And I do have this link in my video description. These are available from Amazon. This is C.H. Spurgeon's Beside Still Waters. I read from this just about every day. It's just a small portion, like a small, just a one-page daily reading. And I'm going to read one to you because I just don't think I can improve upon this. I think it's great encouragement because I know this time of year, yes, it is the most wonderful time of the year. Absolutely. Like they sing in that song. But it's also tough, those of us who have lost loved ones around the holidays. It'll be 6 years ago, this coming Christmas Eve, where we had my mom's memorial service. And my dad passed just a few days really into January. So it's that time of the year where there's a lot of great things happening and people are happy, but just, I know I don't have to tell you all this. You all know this, but just be mindful that this is a hard time for folks. And if you know people who are, coming up on an anniversary of losing a loved one or something like that, maybe reach out to them, give them a call, maybe send them some flowers. Whew, someone did that for us. And that just blew me away. Um, okay, give it a minute. Okay, settle down, Bonnie. So our old pastor who actually passed away about 2 years ago, 3 years, 2 years ago. Um, he and his wife sent us, Brenda and me, a bouquet of flowers just to let us know they were remembering, like a year later. And I'm like, wow, I did not expect that. I was locked down in another state, taking care of Mrs. Barker, during COVID. And, it was just a thing that, wow. I mean, it was just such a blessing. So, I mean, if you get a chance to do that for somebody that are truly struggling, um, you know, it could just really encourage them. So, anyway, so let me go ahead and try to get through this. I'm reading Christian encouragement from a Christian point of view. So, I just want to be clear about that. I know it's not the culturally popular thing to do, but I'm not into culturally popular. So, anyway, here we go. This is what Mr. Spurgeon writes, and this is based on a verse from Philippians 4, verse 7. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in time of trouble. There, where the burdens press, God is immediately present to lighten our load. He is not only present, but also very present, more present than our closest friends. God's presence permeates us. He is not only by our side, but also within us, for those of us who are Christians and believers. In the heart of our thoughts, in the burning furnace, you will see one like the Son of God. This is from the Daniel passage. He has said, when you pass through the waters, I will be with you. He will be a very present help in time of trouble. Because we have experienced his presence, we will not fear, even though the earth be removed and though the mountains be carried into the midst of the sea. Having been tried and tested for so long and for so often, we are not going to doubt God now. God is our refuge and strength, a very present help in trouble. Therefore, we will not fear. Why should we? How dare we? If you can truly sing, God is my refuge and strength, then it will be impossible to be afraid. A sense of God's nearness and graciousness will be an antidote for fear. God does not take away those natural fears that make us cautious. Rather, he masters them by the serene security of heart that is produced by his presence. We see our position to be full of danger, but we know that we are not in danger because the Lord is near. It is most delightful when the heart is placid because we believe in God and in his Christ. This peace is the peace of God which surpasses understanding, from Philippians 4, verse 7. It is not a pretense of peace, but a divine reality that the world can neither create nor destroy. That just really encouraged me this week, along with many other readings as well. But again, like I said, if you're looking for a special gift for somebody, this is relatively inexpensive, and these are available on Amazon. I do have a link in a video description. Fantastic book. I have given many of these away in my time, and it has helped me through just everyday life now, and as well as you know the passing of my father first in 2003, and also with of mom. So anyway, well, I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and I hope to be here next week with you all. And again, I'll communicate through the community section of YouTube as well as on my social media. If I have to cancel, I'll try to let you know in advance. God bless. Bye bye.